Warning! This review is very straightforward and to the point, so it may appear that I'm complaining and being picky, but at times I'm just attempting a little dark humour, as well as complaining and being picky. And I think it's important to tell it like it is, or at least how I experienced it. I have a question for you. Do you like to play golf, relax in a nice hotel and get pampered in a luxury spa? If so, then this hotel is for you. But what if you don't enjoy swiftly smacking a small defenceless dimpled ball with a lump of metal on the end of a long stick, and you're not into being mauled by a complete stranger? Then what else is there to do here? Stick around and I'll tell you. Conveniently situated near Suvarnabhumi International Airport, the Meridien Golf and Spa Resort is often used by travellers as a one-night stopover, and in that case it's an ideal choice. But for me there were a few things that felt a bit disconcerting. For example, the entrance of the hotel with its tall barred sliding doors didn't feel welcoming. Instead it gave the impression of entering a posh prison. And the small statuettes of naked children with no visible gender scattered all over the hotel somehow didn't feel right and could confuse small children. Plus, they were all white, where were the brown, black, yellow and red kids? And what was the purpose of them in the first place? What I did like was the reception area with its wood-panelled walls and high-backed chairs. But the lounge area gave the appearance of being in a first-class lounge at an airport with what looked like to me a sculpture of a large fish and chip wrapper, which brings me very nicely to the lunch we had there.
Fish and chips was nice, the fish particularly good, very fresh and very crispy, good batter. Enjoyed it. Tea's a bit crap because they put it one tea bag in a big pot, so it's weak as piss.
After lunch we checked into our room, and as my missus pointed out, it's a
really heavy door.
Okay.
Which didn't exactly swing open and say, "Hi, welcome, please come in and make yourself at home." It was more like, "Oi, how dare you invade my private space?" The room itself was very nice but lacked imagination. Don't get me wrong, it looked great, but it could have been in any 5-star hotel in Thailand. And one feature which is extremely popular in hotels these days is the glass door on the toilet.
View from the toilet.
And sometimes the toilet's in full view of the whole room. Now, I know privacy is a thing of the past nowadays, but I just don't get it. There are some things I just don't want other people to see me doing, or seeing other people doing it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. It was early evening and we'd booked a table at the Italian restaurant for my birthday. And to our delight, we were given a private table for the occasion, and it just kept getting better. The ambience was perfect.
Broccoli sauce with bread which is buttered, but it's also come with olive oil and balsamic.
Yeah, we have tornato with tuna mayonnaise sauce, appetizer.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a nice touch. The Italian chef has just brought out real truffles to show us. Enjoy.
Yeah, fine, thank you.
I'm not stopping him.
Enjoy, yeah?
Yeah, you can't see the truffle for the parmesan now.
Wow.
The fettuccine is not as al dente as I would have liked it, but it's lovely and the sauce is great.
Now that is what you call lobster linguine. Oh wowie. Bloody hell.
There's enough lobster there to save till tomorrow. I'll have it for a sandwich on. for breakfast. See, there you go. Breakfast, lobster buns. They just brought me another birthday cake, the same as the one that's in the room at the moment, and so we gave it to the staff, and they look really happy about it, which is great. And it's a good cake, very nice cake. Angel cream cake, vanilla cake with coconut all over it and bits of chocolate and macaron. This is Sicilian wine, which we've not had before, and it was very nice, a little bit dry but good, and 2,000 baht with 30% discount. So while I was drinking this wine, I was thinking, this is supposed to be from Sicily, that's what it says, but there's something about the deep richness of colour and the warm nose with an intense cherry and plum flavouring. I was thinking, it can't be from Sicily, it's got to be from somewhere else. It's a very familiar taste. And then I realised it's from Puglia, southern Italy. So very happy about that, very good. What can I say? You know, I'm a wine connoisseur. I know these things, and I also read the bottle.
After dinner we sat on the balcony, had a few glasses of sake, then went to bed happy. Night night. Morning, morning.
Comfy bed, slept quite well, loads of pillows. Seems like it might have rained in the night. Last night's leftovers for breakfast, because the first night was free, but you don't get the breakfast, you have to pay for it, so it was good we had some leftovers. Can't really complain. Lobster muffin for breakfast. And of course there's another reason we're not having a big breakfast. That's because we're saving ourselves for our buffet Saturday brunch, 1,699 baht. Let's have a look at that now.
The buffet had pretty much everything you'd come to expect from a good buffet in Thailand. Roast beef, leg of lamb, Alaskan crab, dim sum, pao, which is steamed bread buns usually with a pork filling, an assortment of salads which I avoid like the plague when I'm at a buffet. Screw healthy living, I'm on holiday. The cheeses and cold cuts were more to my liking, if you don't mind, and the sashimi, well, that just has to be done. But they didn't have any of my favourite, saba, and I always skip the sushi. I'm not going to fill up on rice when there's all those other goodies to choose from. And of course there's the Fin de Claire oysters, which are very popular. Okay, they're skinny and have no crunch, but I'm an oyster fan. Then there was a selection of other seafoods and moose bouche, raw beef and chicken pate, which wasn't good, and a barbecue outside which we almost missed, but we didn't have it anyway. Instead our starters were, for the wife, lots of salmon sashimi, scallops and sushi, and that was when I spotted the salmon egg dressing. So when I'd had my oysters and salmon, I went and asked the chef if maybe she wouldn't mind preparing me a large small bowl of those precious orange pearls of deliciousness. Lamb chop with truffle mash was next, and then it was time to check out the desserts, which were irresistibly inviting, especially the chocolates and the macaron. And if you've never tried the Thai desserts, you should, and they're not as sweet as you might expect, but different in a nice way. So given what I've just said, you might not be surprised to see what I chose. A little cheese and focaccia bread to finish, then I decided to walk off my lunch and do a bit of exploring. The first thing I noticed when I went outside was the ninja waitress. And the saltwater pool was beautiful, but what should have been a tranquil setting was spoiled by the very loud Chinese guests. Now I should point out that the golf course belongs to the Windmill Hotel next door, but both hotels work as one. At the entrance of the hotel stands a small sculpture of a kid playing golf. I still don't get what the significance of all the sculptures of the kids was, so it was a nice change to see the beautiful statue of a Thai mythical creature in the dome above her. So I went to the golf course, and all the caddies were waving and laughing and saying hello and all this, right? And I just lay on the grass I'd already asked the guy downstairs, can I rent a bike? And he said they're free. So then I went to the golf area and asked there, can I get a golf cart and you show me around? And they said, no, cannot. Can I get a bike and cycle around? And they said, no, cannot. Unless you're playing golf, you can't go on there.
The golf course is not part of the hotel because obviously otherwise there'll be a lot of people roaming around.
Exactly,
not
yeah.
playing golf.
I know. Nice, and the grass is nice.
Yeah.
The grass is pretty good. I lay down in the grass. That evening, knowing we wouldn't want a big dinner, we booked the lounge area for what we thought was happy hour, with free flow drinks and snacks at 700 baht per person. But we misunderstood the deal. It was in fact just 2 drinks per person, and with the average price of 1 drink in the lounge at 350 baht, the only added bonus was what I assumed were the leftovers from the afternoon buffet. Once happy hour was over, everybody left and a very good duo came to perform to an empty room. And knowing what that feels like for performers, we decided to stay for a bit and give them some support. Only their choice of songs have been in rotation in Thai clubs and bars since, well, forever. Of course, I didn't blame them. You have to give the audience what it wants, and many places in Asia want the same old over and over again. So after hearing a couple of well-performed songs that I'd heard more times than I'd had hot dinners, we decided to call it a night. One suggestion for the hotel: why not put the duo on at happy hour? What say you? This is the breakfast area and of course restaurant. It's called Latest Recipe, the breakfast area, and of course dining area for in the evening and stuff. Thanks a lot, Daniel.
Andrea is the F&B director.
Yes, okay.
Welcome.
Andrea and Danilo, both
from Napoli.
The breakfast as expected was good, but to be completely honest, if you're not a golfer and you don't want to take advantage of the spa, there's very little else to do, only a few local attractions to see, and it's about 45 minutes from the city centre. So to sum up, I'd say a one-night stay would be the best idea, even if it's just for dinner at their great Italian restaurant. And it has to be said, the staff were very friendly and helpful, and it was nice to smell the fresh cut grass and breathe the fresh air, which you don't get much of in and around central Bangkok. So not long after breakfast we packed and checked out early.
And we have also ice cream.
Thank you. So that's it. I hope my moaning didn't piss you off too much, and it'd be really great if you come back and join me on the next one. Be good, be kind, be happy, and be Bobalula, I don't mean maybe.